And let's get started. We're going to go into grammar on page 91. 91. This over here. Okay, we're talking about possessive adjectives. You already know about adjectives. We've talked about these before. Those are the words that describe the noun or the pronoun. So they're describing a thing or a person or an animal or something like that. An adjective tells which one, what kind, how many, or whose. That's their job. That's what they do. When a noun is followed by an apostrophe plus S, it functions as a possessive adjective. And then it shows ownership. It answers the question whose. Like here, Timmy answered Johnny's question. See how Johnny's has an apostrophe S? That means it's a signal to you that the question belongs to Johnny. Even though if I took off the S, it would be Johnny by itself. That's a noun, right? Because that's a person, just like Timmy. But since it has the apostrophe S and there's a noun after it, it's telling whose question it is. That's something that you're going to see here now. It's no longer going to be labeled N for noun. It's going to be ADJ for adjective if it has an apostrophe S. All right, and this just explains what I just said. So what you're going to do is look for the nouns that show ownership or possession. They will end in S and answer the question whose. A lot of times it's an apostrophe S. That's what you're looking for on a noun. Place an apostrophe before the S to show the noun is functioning as a possessive adjective. By the way, that word possessive just means you own it. It's yours. So it's possessive, like I could say, Sydney's purple room. The purple room belongs to Sydney, right? So it's her room. And if I put apostrophe S on her name, that's what that's showing. The mice feared the cat's claws. Well, yeah, I can see why. But the claws belong to the cat, so there's an apostrophe S right there. So we're not going to label cat noun anymore. When you see that apostrophe S, it is an adjective, ADJ. Okay. So down here, it tells us a little bit to think about. Many words can function, or many words can be used as different parts of speech. However, a word can perform only one part of speech at a time. So here's what a plural noun looks like. The maids stood in the kitchen. Maids is plural, more than one maid. Jump down here, and this is possessive adjective. The mice were scared of the maid's broom. That's different. It has an apostrophe S and a noun after it. So it's saying that the broom belongs to the maid. So watch out for that. If it's plural, it's not going to have the apostrophe. But if it has a noun after it and it's telling whose, you need to put in the apostrophe because they're going to forget just for you. All right. Go. We're going to skip 92. Go to 93. And Sydney, go ahead when you're ready. You can read that sentence today.
During warm weather, I like to work in the farmer's garden, Timmy explained.
Good. Explained. We know what that means. It means to tell about something or make it clear when you explain. Excuse me. So check vocabulary. It's pretty easy. That's a verb, by the way. One article, find that by yourself. All right. And then Megan, help us find the nouns.
Garden,
Okay, good.
semi,
Good.
weather.
Good. Easy. How about pronoun? London, there's only one. Where's the pronoun?
Um, I
Good. Yes. I is the pronoun. Sometimes it's he, she, you, or I is also a pronoun. That's correct. Two adjectives. Okay, Christopher. Where are the adjectives? What do you think?
Warm.
Warm is one. And
Farmers.
and farmers, yes, that's correct. But farmers is missing something because now we know what we need to put in. What should we put, Christopher?
And the past.
Right there before the S. So you're right. This is saying that the garden belongs to the farmer. So with an apostrophe S, that's showing ownership, okay? It's a possessive adjective. All right, good. I'm skipping prepositional phrases. I'll come back to that, but I'm going to have Julio. Uh, can you do the subject verbs? So see if you can pair them up, the subject verbs.
Is Timmy and explained?
Yes, Timmy is the subject. Explained is the verb. That's what he's doing.
Is wet? I don't know if it's weather, but is it weather? I don't think.
Not weather because that's already a noun. So it can't be a verb and a noun. But
Oh,
you've got to go
I
ahead.
I
And then what is I doing?
work.
Okay, I sometimes yes, but since
I
it's like to work. Remember, sometimes when we have that word to in front of it, it changes it to an infinitive. So to work is not going to be labeled as a verb. That's where it's tricky. You were close, but I like those go together. So Timmy explained, those go together. I like those go together. Now the prepositional phrases, Sydney.
during warm weather
Good.
in the farmer's garden.
Good. That's correct. Oops, I went too far there. To work, we're just going to leave that alone. It's not a prepositional phrase. It's an infinitive. We're just going to leave that alone. So you are correct. Those are the two phrases. Three capitals. You know what to do there. Don't forget that little I. End mark, period. And we already fixed the apostrophe. You guys are getting faster at these. Good job. Any questions about grammar today from anybody? If not, shake your head no, so I know you don't have a question. Okay, good. All right, you look good. Let's go on to the binder. You guys wrote one paragraph about sugar, the history of sugar. I know some of you, I looked this morning and some of you were late in turning in your homework. It's okay if you're late, but try your best to get it in the night before class so I can look at it, okay? And I do want to ask London if it's okay to share yours because I saw yours this morning and it looks really good. Do you mind if I share your paragraph with everybody? Is that okay with you? Okay, cool. So she got hers done and it looks great. And I thought it would be good to share so you could see what it looks like. I haven't actually graded it yet, but I did look at it. So you guys finished up your outlines. Remember, you had A, B, and C to do and the fused. Remember how we combined those facts together? And then you write your paragraph with the fused outline. So I'm not sure what happened right here, London, but that I know is part of the paragraph. For some reason, it got indented. But other than that, I wanted you guys to see how she did her topic clinchers. She's got, and let me make this a little bigger so that you can see it a little better. There we go. She's got sugar in yellow and sweet in yellow in the first sentence, and then she's got sugar and delicious. And I would agree with her that sweet and delicious, those words reflect. They don't repeat like sugar, sugar. They reflect. So that follows the rule is two or three. So she's got it. She's got her ly adverb costly. She's got her strong verb imported. She's got her because clause here. Another ly adverb over here. You don't really need to underline both, but just underline one. And then which. She's got her which clause. And she didn't use any of the banned words. So great job. And London, would you like to read it or do you want me to read it?
You can read it.
Me read it? Okay. A long time ago, sugar was costly, so only rich people could afford the sweet spice at that time. And then she's got her opener. During this period, sugar was imported from the Caribbean region because it was the world's largest source of sugar. Marzipan is a dessert made from almonds and sugar, which was likely invented by Arab people. Later, Europeans made candy. In England, putting sugar in tea was popular. Historians later believed that sugar cane may have grown in New Guinea. Even if sugarcane didn't grow in New Guinea, sugar is still delicious. Let's give her a clap. Good job. I love it. So she's talking about the different places where they came from and how they used sugar years ago, and that is the history of sugar. So today we're going to move on to the next paragraph. This assignment is 2 paragraphs total. So you're just going to write one more paragraph this week, and then you're done with your report on sugar. So let's get out your big white page that you were working on last week and get out all of your articles about sugar. You got A, B, and C. I'm going to get out mine. Okay. If you guys have any questions along the way, just let me know. You can unmute and ask me or raise your hand. I know some people are putting stuff in the chat, but I don't always check that right away. So let me know. This is from last week. We've got A and B and C, and you guys did Roman numeral 1, which was the history of sugar. And then you fused it together right here in the fused outline and used this for your paragraph. And what you did was take a little bit from A, B, and C and combine it here. So thumbs up if you finished your fused outline for Roman numeral 1. Yeah, some of you did. Thumbs up. Some of you aren't quite done with that. Okay. So that has to come before you write your paragraph. So make sure you finish A, B, and C and then fused. Then you write your paragraph and fused, okay? All right, let's turn it over to the back. We need to set it up now for Roman numeral 2. So on the back of your white paper, again, I want you to put an A in the first box with a square around it like that. And this is going to be Roman numeral 2. We don't know what we're going to pick yet, but we know it's going to be Roman numeral 2. And then you're going to do 1 through 5. Make sure you spread them out a little bit so they're not too scrunched. And 4 and 5 are in parentheses. That's because it's optional. If you only find 3 facts that you want to use, that's okay. All right, move it over. This one's going to be B. I don't know why I have that mark on my page, but forget about that. Still Roman numeral 2 and 1 through 5. 4 and 5 in parentheses like that. Keep all of these Roman numeral 2, okay? Did you already do yours, London? No? Okay, make sure you write this down. C, Roman numeral 2, 1 through 5. This is on the back of Roman numeral 1, okay, London? So make sure you turn it back to the back side of 1. So we've got A in the first box, just like we did on the other side, Roman numeral 2, 1 through 5. B in the middle, Roman numeral 2 still, 1 through 5. And C, Roman numeral 2, 1 through 5. And 4 and 5 is in parentheses. Does anybody have any questions about what we're doing right now? Okay, we're setting this up for your second paragraph about sugar. So now under B, in the box under it, I want you to write fused outline and then draw a line under that like that. Okay, this is your fused. This is what you will eventually use to write your second paragraph. And this one, let me just double check on the back so I make sure I say the right number. Yes, it's 6. So you're going to do Roman numeral 2 for your second paragraph and then 1 through 6. And then this time, we're not going to put any parentheses around any because you need 6 facts about it. And then under 6, you're going to write that word clincher. So that's your fused outline. Yes, Julio?
Can we go over 6 sentences?
Technically, yes. If you need more sentences to fit all your dress ups and your openers and stuff like that, that is okay. But I don't want you to write more than 2 more sentences, okay? Because it gets too long. Remember, what you're doing is summarizing, and when you summarize, you're only telling some. So we don't want to tell everything. Good question, though. Because sometimes your checklist gets really long. Like it's pretty long right now. It's going to get longer. So you might need more sentences to fit everything in. So you can if you need to. All right, thumbs up if everybody's got A, B, C, and fused all set to go. Give me a thumbs up. Good, I see that. Good. Now flip it back over and let's look at our possible topics. Now we already wrote about the history, so we can just cross that one out. Just draw a line through it. We did the history. Now, you have some other choices for your second paragraph. This is where I'm going to let you choose what you want your second paragraph to be about. Now, it's a little tricky because some topics only are found in 2 different articles. Like making, the making of sugar is in A and B only. Foods has A, B, and C. So this one would be an easy one to do for your second paragraph. These others only have 2 articles that address these topics. So health is in article A and B. Sugarcane juice is only in A and C. Alternatives, that's like other things to sweeten with other than sugar. It's in A and C. And then you've got the uses for sugar is in B and C. So here's what I'm going to have you guys do. If you choose foods, then you're all set. You've got your A, B, and C. You can choose, this is for Roman numeral 2. We're trying to figure out what you're going to do in your second paragraph. You already have foods is in A, foods is in B, foods is in C. If you choose a different topic, you might think, well, I really want to write about the health, like how it affects our health, how sugar affects our health. If you choose that one, you only have A and B. So here's the thing. You're not going to use C, but you must find 5 facts in each. So you have plenty to choose from. Okay. So if you want to write about the health effects of sugar, you will only really fill out A and B and not C. Not C. We're not going to use that one, but you have to go all the way to 5 because you need to have plenty to choose from for your fused outline. Does anybody have any questions about what I just explained? You guys know what to do for that? So for example, if you want to choose to write about the sugarcane juice, you would use articles A and C, and you wouldn't need B on your outline, but you would have to go to 5 on A and go to 5 on C and use those 2 to make the fused. So like for Megan, it's probably going to be easier for Megan or anybody else to stick with one that has it in all three articles so it makes sense with the A, B, and C? Okay, cool. But if anybody else, because I know the other students, if you want to choose a different topic, you can. So here's what I think would be fun to do. If you already know what you want your second paragraph to be about, go ahead and type it in the chat. If you know what you're going to pick for your second paragraph, because everybody's is going to be a little bit different. And that's okay, because that makes it fun to share with each other later. So type in the chat either making or foods or health or sugarcane juice or alternatives or uses. Okay, good. I see it coming in. Good. I like that, Megan. I think foods is interesting, like what foods have sugar. Super interesting. Julio's going to do foods. Making. Christopher's going to do making. Sydney's going to do foods. Okay. Did we get everybody? Oh, London, what did you pick? Are you typing it in? Maybe sugarcane juice. Okay, good. All right, so whatever topic you picked, it looked like most people picked foods, and that's fine. If you picked foods, then on Roman numeral 2, I want you to put foods, only the ones that picked foods, okay? If you picked something else, put your word. If it's sugarcane juice, if it's making, you put the topic you chose. Okay, this is where it gets a little tricky because we're all going to do something a little bit different. So 3 people chose foods. Whatever topic it is, write it under the article that it's found in. If you picked sugarcane, that one is not in B, so you won't need B. You can even put an X over B if you're writing about sugarcane. Okay, so you would put SC juice under A and SC juice under C. And down here, I'm doing my example with foods. So I'm going to put foods down here, but then you're going to do 2 more lines because remember, this is your fused. So when you get to this part, you're going to try to figure out how am I going to introduce this topic? This is something different than the history. All right, thumbs up if you have something next to all your Roman numeral 2s that you're going to use. Whatever topic you picked, make sure it's written there. Good, Sydney. Good, London. I see that. Christopher, you got it written down, what your topic is. And Julio, good. Okay, and Megan, do you have foods written on yours? Okay, perfect. Now, this is where I'm going to let you work on this. Oops, I keep turning it to the wrong page here. During class time, I'm going to give you some time to work, and then we're going to see what you come up with. So if you have information in A about your topic, you're going to go to Article A and look for that paragraph. This is why we labeled it. So for instance, for foods, for that example, I'm trying to find my notes here. See which one it is. It's this one. If you're writing about foods, because I had to erase mine because I do it for each class, so that's Article A. This one right here should be labeled foods. It starts with eating added sugar affects a person's health. And it does talk about foods in here. So if you're writing about foods, you can put a box around that paragraph. This is on Article A on page 113, only if you're doing foods. And then you're going to read this paragraph by yourself and look for the facts that you want to list under A in your outline. You only need 3 if you're writing about foods. Did you notice that it's talking about how it affects a person's health? We're not really going to focus on that part, though. We're focusing on the foods, like added sugar during food preparation. That would be a good fact to list. And then some of the foods like breads and pasta sauce. So I'm going to let you guys start with your first article, whatever that is for your topic, and start filling in interesting or important facts that you want to list here under that letter. Okay, so I'm going to give you about 4 minutes, maybe 3. We'll see how you do. To look at that paragraph that matches, you got to make sure it matches A and A or B and B, whichever one you're looking at. And start writing down 3 keywords. Numbers, abbreviations, and symbols are all free, so you don't have to count those. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'm just going to stay right here and let you work for a little bit by yourself. Lyndon, are you good? You know what you're doing? Oh, are you talking about for Article A? Or which article are you looking at?
Um, on Article C,
On Article C. Okay, let me look at
on
that.
the back.
Okay. Yes, okay, I do see that. There's only 4 sentences, but there are 5 or 6 facts. So try to focus more on what the facts are, because some sentences have more than one fact in it, okay? Okay, see if you can come up with 5. Okay, I'm just going to check in with you. Let me know how much you have done on your outlines. So, how about Julio? Which one are you working on?
I'm on C already.
Oh, good. So you got information for A and B already?
Yeah.
Good, nice. Okay, how about Sydney? Where are you at?
A.
A, okay, good. Keep going. You're doing the making, so you're having to find at least five here. So good. Keep going. How about Megan? Which one are you working on?
A.
A, and what number under A are you on?
3. I'm almost done
Okay.
number 3.
Okay, good. You're doing great. And then Christopher, which one? Oh, he just stepped out. London, how about you? Which one are you on?
Um, I'm I'm doing C. I'm I'm doing the fifth sentence.
Okay, did you already do A too?
No.
Okay, you started with C. Yeah, so for yours, because you're doing sugarcane juice, right?
Yeah.
So after you, it's okay that you did C first, so don't forget to do A also when you're done with C, okay? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay,
My my pen, all my pens are running out of ink.
good. You're writing so much, huh,
They're
Julio?
all old.
Oh no.
Oh, that they're running out of ink.
Do you need to go get another one?
No, I have this whole package and there's two more.
Okay, good. I would throw away the ones that aren't working anymore. That way you don't get them mixed up.
I need more.
Yeah, exactly. Christopher, which one are you working on? I know you're doing the making.
B.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
good.
Perfect.
I'm done.
Awesome. Okay. Go ahead and finish up the one you're working on. So you're done, Julio. You're doing, let me check my notes. You're doing the foods and you already did A, B, and C. Okay. I forgot to remind you guys, when you're looking for facts and details, try not to pick the same facts if you can help it. Try to pick something different in each article. Is that what you did, Julio?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because what you're doing is researching. You're trying to see, okay, what else does it say about this or that? So make sure you pick different things. Um, all right. And it sounds like you guys are pretty close. Either you're finished or you're really close to finishing. And just a little reminder, if you're only looking at two different articles, make sure you go all the way to five. Like London was saying, I don't know if you guys heard me saying earlier that about the she's doing the sugarcane juice, and one of the paragraphs is pretty short, but sometimes there's more than one fact in the sentence. So pay attention to that too. Let's just go around and pick one of the articles that you completed and share what you got. So I'll start with London. I know you did C, so share what you have so far under your sugarcane juice. Just tell us what's on your outline, like the words and symbols and stuff like that.
I have raw sugarcane juice benefits.
Okay.
Sugarcane juice, India, Vietnam. India cure colds. Serves lemon ice. Strengthen immune system.
Nice. Okay, good. I love it. Good job, London. So one thing to keep in mind, this is good, a good example. When you are working on your fused, when you do that for your homework later, make sure that it goes in order. Like I really like the one that says that raw sugar cane has benefits, right? So that can be one of the facts you put down. And then right under that, wherever it is on your outline, you can talk about how it helps the immune system or whatever it was to what is the benefit, basically. So you want to group those things together so that when you write your paragraph, it flows. Does that make sense, London? Yeah. Okay, cool. And that's true for everybody. You want to make sure it flows. Like if you're going to say there are many foods that contain glucose or fructose or something like that, then the next sentence would be some of those foods, breads and candies or whatever it is, pasta sauces, if you're writing about the food. So you want to keep it when you get to this point with the fused, make sure it makes sense, the order you put it in. So, Christopher, go ahead and pick one that you did and tell us some of the words and symbols and things you have on yours. You did alternatives, right?
I'm doing making.
Making. Okay.
Making, okay. What did you want me to do?
So tell me
So
what you
tell me
put
what you
on
put
your
on your
outline,
outline,
like the
like the
words, the
words, the
symbols, and
symbols,
whatever
and
you wrote
whatever you
down.
wrote down. Sugar making. S comes from two plants. Sugar, sugar cane, sugar beets. Machines crush plants. Juices crystallize. Grows in grows best Russia, France.
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
So when you get to the point after you're done with, I think yours is in A and B. Once you have A and B done, when you write your fused, put those things together, like what plants it comes from, and then how they process it in the factory. Make sure you group those facts together, okay, so that it flows. Does that make sense, Christopher? Okay. Yeah, because you don't want to jump around. When you're writing your paragraph, if you jump around too much, it's hard to read. So make sure it flows to the next thing. And how about Megan? Tell me what you have for A. I know you were working on foods under A. Tell me what you have for 1, 2, and 3 here.
All right. I don't know some of it will work with foods, but let's try. So
Yeah.
number one is sugar mix factory. Number
Okay.
two is bread, pasta, food. And number three is yogurt. And I put a circle E for entry bars.
Okay.
And I spell the word bars.
Okay.
And then I circle S for soda. And then
Okay.
I put the word pop. Number four, I put like a soccer ball for sport and then drinks.
Okay, good. I think that's good. You're listing all the different foods that it's in, and I like how you mentioned the factory. I think that's going to work. Um, and I think you put the word preparation on number one. I was trying to tell me number one more time that you have here.
Sugar mixed factory.
Okay. And I think maybe you need sugar mixed factory. You almost need the word food or something to symbolize food because it's make sure you tell in your paragraph that it's a food factory. Otherwise, it sounds like it's a sugar factory, which is also a thing. You know what I mean? So maybe draw something that reminds you about food or the letter F or something like that. Okay. So you know it's a food factory. How about
Okay.
Sydney? What do you have for one of your outlines above?
Or one of my outlines.
Yeah, because let me see, you're doing the foods. So yeah, tell me what you have under A for the foods, like your 1, 2, and 3.
Sugar mixed food, and I have like a photo of a factory. I have during, then I have an F for food, then I have preparation,
Okay.
and I have an S for sugar, and I have found and packaged.
Okay.
Then on number 4, I have F for food, healthy, and yogurt, and I have like, and then I have photo of like kind of like energy, and then I have bars.
Okay.
I have a photo of a fruit and a photo of a juice box, and I have contains added sugar.
Yeah, okay. And even though you put foods and then healthy with the yogurt and stuff, it does say that. It says foods that seem healthy, they often contain sugar. So I wonder if you should put like a plus sign and S after where you talked about the yogurt and energy bars. That way, yeah, those are healthy, but they also have added sugar. So it doesn't mean like it's super healthy, right? If it's got added sugar, sometimes that can change how it affects your body. So you're on the right track. And then Julio, what do you have for one of your outlines?
But like just one?
Yeah, just pick one. I know you have them done, but you did foods too. So you could pick A or B or C, whichever one you want to share.
C.
Okay.
Um, uh, Health experts tell us that we have to limit the amount of sugar we eat. And then high fructose corn syrup is the most harmful, and breads and candy take second and third places in
Okay.
added sugar in the American diet.
Okay. Okay, good. You're on the right track. Okay, so I think what I want to do now is give you a little bit more time to work. I think most of you have your top outlines done. If not, you're almost done. So try to finish your A, B, and or C, whichever ones you're using for your topic. And then if you're finished with the top part, I want you to start copying the facts here. Don't do these blanks yet, but do 1 through 6 and make sure they go together. So if you're talking about the factory, then talk about what foods they make at the factory. Or if you're talking about like where the making of the sugar is, you're mentioning the countries and then how they make the sugar. So I'm going to give you a minute to start filling in your fused if you're done with the top, okay? And let me know if you have any questions about that. Make sure you group together your facts. So Megan, if you haven't done B or C yet, you'll need to do those first, okay? Okay, keep working on that. Christopher?
I already finished the fused out.
Okay, go ahead and read it to me since you're finished. Everybody else can keep working. What do you have for your fused? And you're writing about the making, right? The making of sugar. Okay, you're muted, so unmute yourself.
Sugar making, sugar tall grass. S comes from 2 plants, sugar cane, sugar beets, extracted sugar beets, juices crystallized, sold mostly powder.
Okay, good. And when you say juice is crystallized, you're talking about how they change it in the factory, right? So you might need that word factory or something to represent factory near that about how they crystallize. And then read to me what you have next to Roman numeral 2 again. You have making sugar, and then do you have the third word?
Sugar making.
That's all you have so far. So how could you, what's another word you can put there? that would introduce your topic about the making of sugar.
Plants.
So you could start by saying sugar is made from plants, and then start naming the plants and telling where they are. Is that what you're thinking? Okay, that's a good idea. So, and I see your thumbs up there, Julio. So just hang out there for a minute, Christopher. I'm gonna check in with a couple other people, and then we'll look at the checklist together, and then you can start putting together your sentences. Oh, here's what you could do, Christopher, while you're waiting. Look at your checklist and start making notes on the other side here of where you want to put your dress ups. That way you can plan ahead on which one you want to use the which clause and things like that. Okay. All right, Julio, I saw your thumbs up. So you're done with your fused? Okay, good. Let's hear what you got for your fused. I know you're writing about the foods. So tell us what you got for 1 through 6.
Um, um, so on A, I have so could you put added and sugar together to basically have it as one word?
Technically no, but you can use a plus sign for added.
Oh,
That would work. But did you already do your fused, or are you still working on the top?
mm.
Did you do your fused yet?
No, oh, well, I haven't finished. I haven't wrote it all down, but like pairing these still.
Oh,
So
okay. So go ahead and keep working on that then. And then you can read to me the fused after you put it on there. Okay.
okay.
Yeah, keep working on the fused. Anybody else finished with your fused already? Give me a thumbs up if you're finished with the fused part. Okay, good. I see yours, London. I know Christopher's got it. Sydney, are you still there, Sydney? She might have stepped out for a second. So, London, what do you have for your fused?
Um, Raw sugarcane juice benefits. Sugarcane juice, energy, hydration. India cure colds, fight cancer, SC. And served lemon ice, taste earthy lemonade.
I like how you group together the benefits and then how they drink it. That was good. And do you have anything for these blanks here on Roman numeral 2? Did you fill those in yet?
No.
Okay, so think about how you can introduce sugarcane juice. Think of a word or two to put with it to introduce what sugarcane juice is. And you know what I mean? Think of a couple keywords you can add to that to introduce it. Okay, and then let's see. I see that, Megan. Okay, that's good. Sydney?
On number C on sugar plastic,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't say food on the side.
Are you writing about the foods?
Mhm.
Okay. C. Oh, it's on page 117 at the bottom. That's where it starts, where it says health experts now tell us to limit the amount of sugar we eat. Do you see that paragraph?
Yeah.
That's the foods paragraph. And then it goes on a little bit onto the back side. Does that help? Okay, cool. All right, and I want you guys to keep working because then the more we do in class, the less you have to do for homework. So keep working on your outlines and your fused. If you're done, I know Christopher and London, take notes on the side where you want to think ahead about those dress up words, where you want them to go. That will help you also write a little quicker. when you get to that point of writing the paragraph. So find a spot where you think you could use a because clause. Just put the word because next to it to remind yourself, oh yeah, when I write this sentence, I'm going to use the word because, or who, which.
Um, mm, Sometimes it takes me a little while to complete the fused outline because I have to piece words together. So it takes a little while for me to do it.
Okay, so when you say you piece words together, because really all you're doing is copying. Is that what you're doing from above?
Yeah, but you can only do 3 words.
Yeah, but if you're looking up, like, if you look at A, whatever you put for number one, let's pretend that it has what you like. You're like, yeah, I want to put that in my fused. Then what you do is just copy. You don't have to put something different here. You're just going to copy whatever you had here down here. Does that make sense, Julio?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have to change anything. You're really just picking the facts that you like the best from A, B, and C and just copy it. But if it takes you a while, that's okay. You can work on it later by yourself, okay? Okay. So I want everybody to kind of finish up the word you're on right now because I do want to go over the checklist with you. So if you're still writing, go ahead and finish the word you're on. And then I want you to look at the checklist with me because it's really important that we go through this again. Okay, this is page 121. First of all, you're going to notice you only have 2 paragraphs. They made this one pretty easy for you. You guys should already have paragraph 1 done about the history of sugar. You wrote that last week. So this week, you're just doing the second paragraph of the report. There's only 2. So that's easy. But I do want to make sure to point out here, your topic clincher sentences, you must have your topic clinchers highlighted or bold, so, or put a box around it if you're handwriting this. But those need to be there. Just like I showed you with London's paper, she had hers highlighted in each paragraph. So make sure you include that. The other thing you're going to do after you write your second paragraph is make a title for it. And your title rule is right here. Title centered and repeats 1 to 3 keywords from final sentence. So your very last sentence, think ahead about what kind of title you want and fit those, at least one of those words in your last sentence, and get creative. Try to think of a fun way to title this. Don't just put sugar. You can have sugar in your title, but get creative on how you want to make your title. Have it, give it another word or 2 more words in the title. Could be something like um fantastic sugar or something like that. I don't know. So you could think of something as you're writing. And then go down here to your dress ups. They're all here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So make sure that you underline, it says underline 1 of each. So don't, if you have 2 ly words, that's okay, but make sure you only underline 1 in each paragraph. And by the way, did you notice there's 6 and there's 6 details here? I mean, technically your paragraph's going to be 7 sentences if you count that first one. But here's the thing, it's hard. That means like you have to have 1 dress up in every single sentence. If you need to add 1 or 2 extra sentences to fit all your dress ups somewhere, you can do that. You can add what I like to call like a filler sentence. If you need to add another sentence, like um, sugar is an interesting spice, could be a short sentence like that. But if you need a quality adjective, the word interesting would work. You could say sugar is an interesting spice, or sugar, sugar is very tasty. Something like that. Do not put yourself in this report. So I don't want you to use a sentence that says, I love sugar, or my favorite sugar to eat, sugar item to eat is a donut, or something like that. So don't put you, don't say I or me or my, because this is a report about sugar. So it's not going to include you in the report. Okay. Keep it just about the facts. And then don't forget about your sentence opener. You have one here, the prepositional opener, and the way you label it is with that too in front of it. And it has to start with a preposition. I know we marked that page in your grammar book if you use that to help you, or look back at that tan page that has some examples. It has your list of prepositions too, and you're going to mark it with a number 2 like this, okay? Watch out for the banned words. The ones you probably are going to be tempted to use is good and bad. So don't use good and bad. Okay, stay away from that. All right, you guys, any questions about what you're doing this week? Okay, you're going to finish A, B, and C, or whichever combination is your topic. Finish the fused, copy them down here in order, and then write one paragraph. You're going to add it to the bottom of the history paragraph. So when you turn it in this week, it's going to be 2 paragraphs. All right, you guys, that's it for today. Good job, everybody. I'll see you next week, okay?
Bye.
Bye. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Good job, you guys.